Alright people, let's talk about digestion. You know that lovely moment when you eat your jollof rice, your fried rice, your chicken and whatever, and you devour them like you have been fasting for 40 days. Yo, it's time to break them down. The processes at which all those food molecules passes through before they are being absorbed by your body system. One, we have ingestion stage. Now, I would like to give a big scenario of just assume you are in a big party and you know what goes on in the party, you know what happened, okay? You have DJ, you have hype man, you have people all around with different characteristics. So now the first stage we'll be talking about ingestion. Ingestion is just the process by which food is being taken through the mouth. It all begins in your mouth. That's where the food enters the chart. Your teeth act just like a grinder, grinding and breaking down the food that you have eaten into smaller chewable parts. Then comes the saliva. The saliva enter the party, okay? And then it like the DJ is here. Saliva contains an enzyme called ptyalin. The function of the ptyalin is it helps to work on your cooked food, the food you have cooked that you have eaten. It helps to work on it. It work on cooked starch and it start turning it into maltose. And maltose is just a type of a sugar. Now let's talk about the tongue. The tongue is just like a hype man and hives, okay? It mixes everything together, roll it into a neat little ball called the bolus. Send it down to the gullet or your esophagus. But wait, no choking is allowed. You have what is called the trachea and the epiglottis. The trachea is your windpipe, while the epiglottis helps to cover the windpipe and the esophagus. The epiglottis is just like a thin layer that covers the trachea and your esophagus. So when you are being choked, that means that the epiglottis is being opened at that moment, thereby making food to pass through the wrong part, which is your trachea. Remember, the trachea is supposed to be just for air. So when the epiglottis is open and the food is supposed to go through your esophagus and the food accidentally went through your trachea, that is when you are choked. Now, let's go to the second stage, which is the stomach. When you eat food, your teeth does the job of breaking it down into smaller particles. From there, it mixes with saliva. From the saliva, then it goes through your saliva, push it down to your esophagus, which is just like a passage, and from there it goes to the stomach. Now we all know how a picture of a roller coaster is. That is just how the stomach is. The food enters the stomach, and this is where things get serious. The stomach wall starts doing acrobatic, contracting and relaxing like auditing for a dance competition, okay? Meanwhile, in the stomach secretes some juices called gastric juices. The gastric juices, we have renin, which acts or coagulates milk. We have pepsin, which helps in breaking down protein into smaller units of peptones and polypeptides. And also, do you know that you have an acid in your stomach? Yes, we do. And it is called HCl, hydrochloric acid. What's the function of this hydrochloric acid? It is the bodyguard killing unwanted bacteria in your food. Food stayed a minimum of 3 hours to 6 and a maximum of 6 hours in our stomach, thereby getting to turn the food into semi-liquid called the chyme. Now to the third stage, the small intestine adventure. In the small intestine, we have the beginning of the small intestine called the duodenum. And in this duodenum, you also have what is called the pancreas and the liver. They work together hand in hand. The pancreas also brings out some juice, not the juice we drink at home anyway, but they are called the pancreatic juice. And these juices also secrete some enzymes. Some of the enzymes it secretes, we have the amylopsin, which helps or handles starch thereby converting it into maltose. We have the trypsin. The trypsin breaks down protein, breaks it down into polypeptides. We have the lipase. It does the heavy lifting with fat, bringing them into fatty acid and glycerol. Then the liver. The liver sends or produces the bile. What do I mean by bile? The bile is the greenish and bitter substance. And know at one point or the other we would have killed a chicken or something or fowl in our house. And there's this tiny small substance, greenish substance that we usually take our time to carefully remove so that it won't make the rest of the meat to be bitter. So that is the bile. It doesn't contain enzymes, but the function of the bile is that it emulsifies fat. It helps to break down fat. It breaks big fat molecules into tiny droplets. Enzymes can do their things rather. And also, we have the last part of the small intestine, which is known as the ileum. Remember, I said the beginning of the small intestine is called the duodenum, while the last part of the small intestine is called the ileum. The ileum also secretes some enzymes. The ileum secretes what is called maltase. Maltase turns maltose into glucose. It also secretes sucrose. Sucrose converts sucrose into glucose and fructose. We have lactase. Lactase handles lactose for the dairy lovers and turns it into glucose and galactose. We have ellipsin. It further breaks your polypeptides into amino acid, and amino acid is the end product of proteinous food or of protein. Also, we have lipase. Lipase also help in slaying or breaking down fat and oil into fatty acid and glycerol. At this point, the food is fully digested, protein become amino acid, fat turn into fatty acid and glycerol. Your carbohydrates are being transformed into simple sugar like glucose. That's the magic? Yes, but with enzymes. Now to stage 4, which is absorption. Absorption of food takes place in the small intestine. Now the nutrients need to get into your body. This happens in the small intestine too. The walls are just like overachievers. They have folds and furrows and finger-like projection called the villi. The small intestine, when it is being spread across, it is more than 10 meters when it is being, but the way it is in our body system is being it are being in folds. They have folds and furrows. These villi are just like a straw, a little straw, sucking up nutrients through the thin layers into your blood and the lymphatic system. So in short, in the small intestine, absorption of nutrients takes place. The limbs handle fatty acid and glycerol, while the blood takes glucose and amino acid to places where they are needed. Excess fat, they are sent to fat cell under the skin or around your organs, basically for future use. They are being reserved until when they are being needed. Pending, probably you need to fast, and during that period of fasting, it is those fat that has been retained underneath your skin layer, your subcutaneous layer, that is being used. And now to the last stage, which is egestion. Whatever your body does not need get kicked out like an unwanted guest, just like the way you kick out anybody you don't want in your house. That is just the way digestion take place here. The waste product exit through what? You can guess? Through the toilet. And you make use of your anus to exit unwanted guests or unwanted products from your body. And also we have what is called the rectum. The rectum is just where the unwanted product is being stored tentatively until you are being pressed and it goes through your anus, and then voila, you go to the toilet and ease yourself. And there you have it, digestion in human being explained. And that marks the end of today's lesson. And I still remain your favorite biology teacher, Mrs. Saveda. Please like, share, and follow for more educational videos like this. Bye.